strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment.
Oh, crap, gamer. We've had some fun, huh? I mean, the first video I ever got with more than 100 views was a response to Crap Gamer. Seems appropriate that we come back here now. Right off the bat, though, there's something that actually really bothers me about this video. And it's the fact that compared to other Crap Gamer videos, this one has way better reception, and I can't figure out why. I mean, I know Crap Gamer has a lot of lame clickbait and often just flat out wrong content in his videos, but come on. Actively advocating for games to not be released on certain platforms because you like the Xbox? Like, really? That's what's doing it for your audience, really. All right, fine. All right, let's go.
Hey, Phil or Mike or any of you Xbox dudes that might listen to this.
Which is none of them.
I got news for you. The Xbox dudes that you're listening to aren't the Xbox dudes that you need to be listening to.
Yeah, that's right. Microsoft, you got it wrong. You got to listen to what Crap Gamer's saying, all right? Microsoft, giant multi-billion-dollar company, you're doing it wrong.
You want to know what I'm talking about? Stick around. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews.
God, I hate it when people start their videos, and then like a minute into the video, they say, "What's up, guys? Welcome to my video." The video that you've been watching for a while now.
Back with yet another video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and maybe hit that bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. I would very much appreciate that. So anyway, one of the funny things is we see Microsoft, well, what I see a lot on Twitter is this big echo chamber.
Yeah, you could call it that.
And there's this group of Xbox fanboys, not all of them, because Xbox fans in general, I think a lot of them think like I do.
Ugh.
But there's a group that doesn't, and these are like the vocal ones, unfortunately, on places like Twitter and social media.
Keep in mind, right here, these are the vocal ones, unfortunately. It's unfortunate that the people he's about to talk about are the vocal ones.
Where they're actually cheering for their exclusive games to end up on places like the Switch.
It is unfortunate that there are Xbox fans advocating for games to go to other platforms.
For me personally, that leaves you less of a reason to buy an Xbox console. It makes the console even more irrelevant. When you've got people talking about Microsoft's gaming or their money portfolio and stock options and how they're playing the long game and all this stuff, that's all completely irrelevant to me as a gamer. I feel like what Microsoft is trying to set themselves up for right now is at a necessity because they were beaten so badly this generation by both Sony and Nintendo.
Well, that's a good point, honestly. Microsoft was beaten into the ground in this console generation. It was embarrassing. But let's go over what you said here and what you're implying here. You're implying that without exclusives, the Xbox brand would just die off. And I can see why people believe this. I've seen a lot of people making this argument that, oh, without exclusives, consoles would die. Consoles would die without exclusives. Completely untrue. You want proof? Here. This is the best anecdotal proof I got. Let's take a look at the sales of the Xbox 360 and the PS3 at the end of their generations, going into the 8th console gen. They were neck and neck with sales. But then almost immediately after the 8th console gen came out, the Xbox One was getting stomped right off the bat. And this is back when the PS4 had like no games. Like nothing. I remember I used to joke with my friends about the PS4 not having any games because Bloodborne was really their first real exclusive, and that didn't come out for like a year and a half, 2 years after the platform came out. But it was still dominating the Xbox One. Why is that? Well, it's because it had better hardware. People thought it had better features. People saw it as the better console to play multi-platform games on. You see how that works? If there were no exclusives, the console market would still exist. 100% it would still exist. Because there's a lot of people that just like, I guess, what they see as advantages of the console. I've made tons of videos why I don't see advantages of the console over the PC, but I know there are a lot of people who do see advantages of the console, and that's fine. If exclusives were to go away, the consoles would still exist, but they would be forced to compete in other ways. And I think that's actually a better thing for the industry and for consoles, for them to be competing off of hardware, pricing, services, better online support, better customer support, better subscriptions. If exclusives were to go away, which is what Microsoft is doing right now, they've completely gotten rid of their exclusives. If exclusives were to go away, the consoles would be forced to compete in more consumer-friendly ways. I think that's a good thing. Don't you want your platform to be better?
And with that being said, I feel like they're kind of rushing this, what they're trying to do, and they're 15, 20 years too early for that, unfortunately. So
this I actually 100% agree with. Microsoft is chasing something where the tech is just not there yet. I think a lot of companies are doing that. Xbox, Stadia, I think Bethesda's doing a streaming thing now. It's just the technology isn't there yet. I don't know who asked for a whole bunch of streaming services, but just the tech isn't there yet. This is not going to catch on.
it's not going to lead to very good things for them, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to content, and Microsoft really lacks the content.
I mean, they have the content. You just don't like that other people have the content as well.
So, Phil, you're listening to the wrong people. Exclusives matter.
Not anymore.
There's a reason why the Switch has passed the Xbox One in sales after just 2 years.
Nintendo is kind of its own beast, you know? And that's why I think it's kind of unfair to put Nintendo consoles in with the same group as the PS4 and the Xbox. Because it's a completely different market there. Nintendo's entire business model depends on exclusives, and they're kind of dicks about it. But at the same time, no. Microsoft dropping exclusives didn't have anything to do with the Switch's success. Because the number of people who go to the Switch for multiplats is a very small minority of people.
And there's a reason why the PlayStation 4 is at 100 million sales compared to your 35 million.
And like I said earlier, they had that insane lead right off the bat. The PS4 was dominating the Xbox One from day one. Okay, day one they were doing it. Sony's exclusives just kind of put the nail in the coffin. Sony did not sell 100 million units off of exclusives alone. Okay, it was the hardware, it was the marketing, it was the business models that they had. Those business models are kind of shit now because you know, it got to their head. I'm calling it right now. The PS5 is going to have some bullshit because we saw this with the PS3. Remember back then? Sony fans, if you're watching this video, you guys better watch out for the PS5 because Sony's going to pull some shit. Remember after the PS2 was a huge success and then at the announcement of the PS3, it was just a disaster because Sony was cocky as shit? That's going to happen again. I guarantee you it's going to happen with the PS5. They're going to be putting some stupid anti-consumer shit, or the hardware is not going to be that good, or the price tag is going to be massive. Like, something's going to happen. Sony's going to let it get to their head.
It's exclusives. People want great games.
Great games are on every platform. I mean, just saying.
You've had backwards compatibility, the most powerful console.
So you want great games, backwards compatibility, and the most powerful hardware. I'll let you connect the dots.
The least expensive console. You've had Game Pass, EA Access, game sharing.
Everything you've been listing is on the PC. That's kind of funny.
Game gifting. You've had the preview program, game preview program. You've had all these services and all these different things and options, and it hasn't helped Xbox one bit.
And you know why that is, crap? It's because it was too late. Microsoft introduced all these things way too late in the game because they had a terrible start and they deserved that terrible start. Remember the DRM shit? Remember the expensive consoles? Remember the forced bundled Connect? Remember the disaster of the Halo Master Chief Collection when that was supposed to be the console seller game? Microsoft dropped the ball. The failure of the Xbox One is 100% their fault. I'm actually really happy about the stuff that they're doing now. And I think the Xbox One is actually a pretty decent console now because of all these additional features they've added. But the reason why they never caught up to the PS4 is because it was just too late.
Because the thing that Xbox is missing is great, consistent content.
I would actually argue that there's a decent stream of games coming out on the Xbox now. It's just they're also on the PC, so what's the point?
So you can have all these things you want, but if you don't have exclusive content, you're not going to do well.
And I've already ranted about why that is completely false.
Now you can go ahead and maybe you don't think that console sales matter and you think that it doesn't matter, and I've said this numerous times.
Yeah, I don't doubt that you've said console sales don't matter. You're a crap gamer.
If you had 100 million console sales, you got 100 million potential people to buy into your exclusives or buy into your services.
No. 100 million console sales doesn't mean 100 million owners. Because, you know, consoles break and people buy more than one console. This is why we look at active users, not units sold. I've bought a lot of socks in my lifetime. But how many socks do I currently own? Way less than the amount that I've bought. Because a lot of them have had to be used for some very special things.
The people cheering for you not to have exclusives, they're wrong.
Pro-consumerism sucks.
Exclusives are what drive the industry. We're going into content wars.
No, we're not going into content wars. Look at the trends. Microsoft putting all their games on PC. PC sales are going high. Steam is going big. Even Sony's putting games on PC now. The gaming industry is no longer in a content war. The industry is now in a hardware war, and a feature war, and a service war.
Netflix has their own exclusive content. Disney Plus has their own exclusive content. That's how you get people involved and into your idea.
Disney Plus isn't out yet. So,
since you have a box, you should try to market and sell your box.
Yeah, and the box doesn't come with the games. The box comes with the stuff in the box. So you should make the box the best box that it can be.
It's that simple. Exclusives 100% matter. There's a reason why Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is doing well for Sony or Nintendo.
Wait, I forgot that game came out.
There's a reason why Mario Maker 2 is doing well for Nintendo. There's a reason why Days Gone is the number 7 selling game in the U.S. this entire year.
You know it's going to be a bad year when Days Gone is the 7th best selling game. I pray for gaming.
Exclusives matter. Phil Spencer, you're listening to the wrong people.
Yeah, people who want pro-consumerism are the wrong people to listen to.
We want exclusives. We want great content. We want to feel special as console owners. We want to be given the option for crossplay. We don't want to be thrown into matches with PC gamers who have a mouse and keyboard advantage over us and FOV advantage over us.
Wait. You're saying things that are completely contradictory. You want great exclusives and great content. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. You want crossplay but not playing with PC players. And then you say you want exclusives but you want crossplay. Why would you have crossplay if you had exclusives? What are you on about right now? You're just saying a whole bunch of stuff. Think about the stuff you're saying. Think about the things that go into the stuff that you're saying with the stuff.
We want the option to disable that. Keep the option, but make it an option instead of forcing it like you are now.
Every crossplay game I've ever played has the option to turn off crossplay. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
You talk the talk, walk the walk, because you're listening to the wrong Xbox fans. Trust me when I say that.
Yeah, trust crap gamer. Look at these scores. Look at these like to dislike ratios. Trust the crap gamer.
Let me know what you guys think. Rack them up. Crap gamer out.
Okay, here's the thing. The only people who actually are mad about what Xbox is doing with like crossplay and making their games more accessible on other platforms, the only people who are actually mad about that are the people who care way too much. The fanboys, basically. The people who don't actually care about the content, the quality. They just want something that they can have and no one else can have. Now, how is this going to factor into the next Xbox? I don't actually know. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the next Xbox does. Because like I said, the Xbox console right now, the Xbox One console today, is actually a pretty good system. It's just it got there too late, and nobody cares now. So I'm actually interested to see how the Xbox does with those features and with that knowledge of how to make a good console on day one. I'm interested to see how that happens. And I'm also interested to see how an Xbox will do when everyone knows that there are no exclusives from day one. I'm actually interested to see how this goes. Personally, I think the next console generation is not going to be very good. I think with the growth of PC gaming and with a lot of companies walking away from console exclusives for more broad appeal for PC ports, PC versions, I don't know. Something tells me that the next console generation is going to be kind of underwhelming. I think a lot of people are walking away from consoles now. But that's a video for another day. TLDR, Microsoft is making a good call making their games more accessible. You do not need exclusives for a console to be good or successful, and I'm very interested to see how this impacts gaming in the future. Toodles.